What's up, everybody? I'm back, I guess. I don't know yet how frequently I'll be able to film some videos, but I just got some items. Well, for the past 5 months or so, I've gotten lots and lots of items that need reviewing, to be honest. But this one I figured was really cool. And there are already reviews out there, don't get me wrong, I'm not here the forerunner for this product, but it fits such a particular niche that I haven't really noticed yet, so it's a work knife for me. And yes, I have been absent for a long time, and I have been thinking about what kind of video to do once I'm back. But long story short, my channel started with knives. It will probably die with me with knives. And I have something here that you will probably like. And it's even from a brand. You already saw it in the description box, in the video title. You clicked on it because of that. It's a Gerber or Gerber. That's a German pronunciation, actually. So I have it right here, and this is a really cool utility knife. I bought this one from my Amazon store. You know Amazon? I think it's been around for a while, and it is called the Gerber EAB Lite. Easy as, I want to say bullshit, but bullshit isn't easy always. So it's the EAB Lite. It's a second generation. This one is a little bit more contoured, has some cutouts, not particularly for lightening the whole package, but it isn't very heavy. I don't have a scale on my table as per usual, and I will probably modify it just a little bit. It's a very small knife. And of course I don't have a ruler on my table because I am never ever prepared for doing reviews. This is very spontaneous. It is 2 7/8 inches long. That translates to just over 7 centimeters. In open position, yes. First time opening it on camera. In open position, it is from the blade tip, but that is another blade in there. I will explain later. It is just shy of 13 centimeters, and in inches that would be just a tad over 5 inches. Sorry, I was on frame right there. So this is a liner lock, and it is a very good knife. I have used this for work. I work in a hospital. Although I have to cut 3 to 10 cardboard boxes every day, cut them open or dismantle them, downright destroy them. Even though it's not really my job, but it's fun. Cutting is fun. So I have some cardboard here even. Imagine that, don't have a ruler, but I have cutting implements and cutting, what's it called? Material. So this is very flat. I have a cold steel code 4 here. So you can see it's just right around the same size. The pivot is actually quite thick and it protrudes a little bit. So on the widest point it's as thick as the scales are on the cold steel code 4. Spear point. Great knife, by the way. But this video is about this one. It has a generous wide pocket clip. It reminds me a little bit of a money clip, but I don't use it as such, although you could. I don't recommend it necessarily because it is a knife. It has some good retention, but still it's a knife, and when you want to grab some money, you don't want to cut yourself accidentally. I have one little issue here. Because I have put in a longer blade, and I will show you this in a couple seconds. I don't know if you can see this. This is still my old camera. I will probably get one down the road, a new one. But I don't think you can see it. Maybe you can. The tip. Yes, you can see the tip move here. This one has a slightly longer tip. So once you put your finger on there, you could slice it open. Not too deep because it's maybe a millimeter, if that. That could be a problem. I don't know if it really is. The finish is, as it looks like brushed stainless steel. You cannot see a particular direction the grind is done. It has some milling. It is not sharp, and that is very good. It is made very well. Those edges here all around, they are a little bit on the sharper side. They are not as chamfered as I would have liked it to be, but this one cost me 18 euros. That translates to 18 fucking US dollars. The fucking euro is in the fucking crapper. I'm sorry I'm swearing, actually I am not. But a 1-to-1 course of the euro and the dollar, it is really bad today. And you can open it one-handed, like you see me right now. There is a screw, and it is a flathead screw. You can even move the flathead screw like I did, even before when I switched out the blades, because the blades are new, with a knife tip, with a spine of a knife tip. And it works really well. You could try that, or you could use an actual screwdriver. Suit yourself. Personal preference, right? I open it one-handed. If I don't have the time, or I don't feel like I have the dexterity in the moment, I open it two-handed. It's that easy. The only thing that bothers me on this model over the previous model, the original, if you would like to call it that, is this gap here. This gap is flush on the other model, but this is more contoured, more rounded, if you want to call it round. But it's another design, totally different design. So you have here a liner lock. It works very well. You have no blade play in any direction, and the white spoon here, the white clip, it would dig into your finger, but you don't hold it like that. You could, but you shouldn't, because you want to have as much control over the blade as possible. It is a very short blade after all. With this new blade in there, it is a cutting edge, straight cutting edge, Warncliffe stud of course, and reverse tando, if you would like to call it that. It is just around 3.7 centimeters, or just over 1.5 inches. You grasp it like that. This blade guard here moves up over the edge, over the bevel, and you can grip it comfortably like that. I have a full hand grip. My pinky rests on this flat part behind there, and actually for close cutting, you don't want to use a death grip. You know, you don't want to grasp it as hard as you can. You just have it be between your pinky, no, not your pinky, between your pointer and your thumb actually. So this is it from the other side. It is not very pretty, I agree, but it is a utility knife with trapezoid blades. I don't know what they're called in English. In German, loosely translated, they're called trapezoid. You know, the geometric thing, blades. And this one is a carbide blade, and it came in this package. This I had to figure out for a second. So the first blade is actually the original blade that came with the knife. Be careful, because it's oily. Just put some ballistol on it. Okay, this is the original blade. Comes with no markings, a very high bevel, and it actually has rough edges all around. This one does not. This one is very smooth. This one is thinner also, much thinner. You can feel it, you cannot see it probably. This one is very oily. So this is how the blades look like. And this one also has very, not fine, a very rough grit on the edge. So this makes it not super sharp. I have some paper here. This is some glossy paper. This works very well. But you switch to the other side, and that's actually the side it was in there. This side is dull. I don't know what they did. But the other side, and that's the beauty of this knife, you can just switch it if one side gets dull, and if that side gets dull, you can switch the whole blade. The other side, it is much better. Of course not when I say it. Be careful here. There it is. That's the good side. So this is the original blade. This is the other one. Get out one more. Well, that was easy. This is a Stanley Carbide blade, and I can only recommend those. I've used them a ton. Well, this one, half the one. I didn't even turn it around, and it works flawlessly. For weeks now, I've been cutting and cutting. I just cleaned it up with Ballistol. So this is the blade. Wonderful, wonderful blade. And this is how it cuts. Butter. This is really, really butter. Look at this. This is cool. Some cardboard here. Got some stuff off of Amazon. I want to fold this up. So what I'm doing, I just rip in it. If you have a short blade, you have to know that. And I just cut and cut. You can also, this is double layered, very thick Amazon cardboard. You can already dig in it and do a cut like this. It works really, really well. The blade, of course, gets very hot. It is very thin. So if you cut a lot of cardboard, don't touch the blade like this. It won't burn you, but it will be uncomfortable. Basic science. Friction. Ever heard of it? And yeah, let's do the size comparison between those two blades. I mean, look at this. To align them perfectly. With the Stanley blades, you get probably 2 millimeters more cutting edge, and most importantly, what I find is you get another blade angle. Just a slightly different angle, but it makes a difference because the tip will be more pointed. It carries really, really well. As I mentioned, it is light, it is quite flat, it has a very good clip, it is not reversible, you cannot take it off. There is a screw inside, but I wouldn't recommend, taking it apart. It is very easy to change the blades. As I mentioned, just a flathead screwdriver or maybe even a thin coin will do. To open that, you can really, really lock it down. It's nothing moving in there. It is just a good utility knife. I know, a little bit unorthodox for my channel. I haven't reviewed anything like this. I didn't like anything like this until I found it. Saw even a nothing fucking fancy review from, I don't know, 2008. And modify it. Yes, I will modify it with some skateboard grip tape probably. Just a slab over here so I can easily open it up like that and don't have to fumble around and find the actual screw. It is not very ergonomic, but it is fine for what it is. Not for extended cutting. For extended cutting you would want a full-size, non-foldable even utility cutter. So the blades are recommended. There are they again. Stanley Carbide. Camera won't focus. It's been 15 minutes, dudes. I hope I made up for some lost time. This is a great knife. You should definitely look into it if you have to cut a lot of stuff and with a lot of gunk and glue and tape all around, and you don't want to use, you know, your good folder. Yes, this is just a $60-$70 folder, but this is one of my better models. This is one of my tactical blades, my personal carry knives, and I want to get this full of glue and take it home, and God forbid you have to use it when it's full of glue and dull on the way home, right? So use your tools for the right stuff, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. I don't know yet when I will upload this and how, because I have new hard and software. I moved recently, and yeah, things have been hectic, but look forward to the next video. There will always be another one. When? I can't answer that question right now. Will be tonight, will be tomorrow, will be in 3 months. Nobody knows but me. Roll Tide, y'all.